Today I am going to narrate a short story on the topic The Last Tigress. She remained hidden for most of the time in the thick and lush forest that adorned the foothills of the Himalayas. She was the only tigress of the valley. Inhabitants of the nearby village believed that she was a deity. It was said that she stepped out of her den once on every 10th day of the 5th month of the lunar calendar. A few miles away from her den, there was a stupa which was just a pile of stones and looked so ordinary to the human eyes. The early inhabitants of the villages believed that she went there to pay homage to her beloved master, to her root teacher, Guru Padmasambhava. The tigresses represented her master's fierceness and radiated the same energy. Even a 5-year-old child could narrate how she looked from the stories they heard. Her amber eyes glowed as if they were volcanoes filled with warmth for her fellow mates, but also they were burning with wrath for anyone that would come at them. Her fur was jeweled with stripes of different sizes, resonating diversity of the wildlife, and they were the darkest as if burning secrets and attracting the greedy human eyes. The children were good listeners for remembering every small thing about the tigress. However, the children never saw the tigress. Only few who escaped from her powerful claws survived to describe her. She was considered the supreme of all the tigers that existed because she was the only tigress among them. The tigers knew that only she could give a new life and keep their species alive. The tigress was powerful, fierce, and graceful, which invited much jealousy from the tigers and knocked upon every poacher's attention. On one of Guru's birthday, while the tigress was just a few miles away from her den, she fell into a trap. This time her glowing amber eyes reflected anguish. Her snails were not daunting, but they were of pain, anger, and helplessness. Her strength were her legs, but now it had deep cuts and dying muscles. Right when she was trying with all the strength left in her body to escape out of the trap, a poacher came and shot on her head. Now her dead body bathed in her own blood. Her mother left behind a huge scar. She was the only female who could potentially give birth. The remaining tigers died eventually. Some had natural death, but many were hunted. It was a sin for the tigers to be beautiful because no one saw beyond their hypnotic stripes. The lands died, bees and flowers were scarce, rabbits and other herbivores were increasing exponentially. Grasses and trees were not enough for the animals, so they invaded farmlands and houses of the villagers. Animals and people starved together. More than the food, they all starved for peace and harmony that once prevailed in their valley. No one ever realized that all the strings were attached. They pulled a string and everything ruined gradually. Even if the poacher didn't set a trap that day, she would have died anyways because the tigers had made a plan to kill her and end her supremacy. They were envious of her. The tigers witnessed everything that day but didn't try to save her. The very moment when the tigers decided to kill her, they were unknowingly inviting the end of their lives and lives of all generations to come. Her demise marked the beginning of their extinction. Maybe that's why, up to this day, tigers are loners because they prefer solitude to betrayal. And if there is a streak of tigers who hunted down an animal, then they offer their food first to the tigress as an eternal apology. Ultimately, the region became a deserted place with calamities, and every time someone brought the topic, they remembered the last tigress. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Until then, Thanks for being with me. Thank you.